Just think for 1 second. What did you want to be when you were a kid? Was it a doctor, an astronaut, or maybe a professional athlete? Let's pretend for 1 second all this came true. Not only did it come true, but you were the best at what you did. For years and years you worked hard at your craft, and you won numerous awards and accolades. Then one day, it's all taken away from you because you made one mistake. There's no second chance. You have to move on, and you can't even associate yourself with this job that you loved and that you dreamed of being when you were a kid. This is what happened to one of Major League Baseball's best players ever, Pete Rose. Hello class, I'm Kenny Mullen, and today I want to inform you of what I consider one of the sporting world's biggest injustices. I've read a lot of articles and books about this over the past few years, and the fact that Pete Rose is still not in the Hall of Fame boggles my mind. In order to explain the situation, I will talk about his permanent ban, his gambling as a disease, and his stats that will make him a shoo-in for the Hall of Fame. Let's begin talking about Pete Rose, the mistake he made, and why he got banned from baseball. The following information was provided by ESPN.com on Pete Rose's biography. Basically, Rose was accused of betting on baseball. This occurred when he was a manager of the Reds in 1987. Allegedly, he bet almost every day and also on 57 games as the manager of the Reds. Pete Rose always said he never did bet against his team. I'm going to read the Rule 21 from Major League Baseball record books word for word, provided by SeanLayman.com. Rule 21 states, misconduct. Section D, betting on ball games. Any player, umpire, or club or league official or employee who shall bet any sum whatsoever upon the baseball game in connection with or which bettor has a duty to perform shall be declared permanently ineligible. Basically, you bet on baseball, you're permanently ineligible, what Rose did. The report conducted at the time never had any information saying that Rose did bet on baseball. However, in 1989, Rose did accept the ban, but he thought he would one day be given a second chance and be eligible again. Both times he applied for re-enter into baseball, he was not even considered. The application was never even looked at. So basically what he did was bet on baseball and he got banned. Now that we know why Pete Rose got banned, let's talk about gambling and the effects that it has on people. Most arguments made for this subject brings up other players' wrongdoings and what they did wrong, such as using steroids and just drug addiction and stuff like that. But I'm gonna take another aspect of it and talk about gambling as an addiction. In order to get an idea how big gambling is in the U.S., it's good to look at a few facts. According to MyAddiction.com, $92 million were spent in 2007 on gambling. About 1% of the United States are gamblers, pathological gamblers, which means they're clearly addicted, and another 2% have gambling as a problem. To people unfamiliar with gambling, this may sound kind of silly to consider it and label it as an addiction. According to UCLA.com, gambling addiction has been recognized by the mental health and medical community as an addiction for nearly 35 years. There are even facilities who specialize in this and treat it as a disease. This brings up a good question. What did Major League Baseball have in place at this time to help Rose with his personal issues? Maybe if it was identified that he was having problems, or they could see some triggers in him, they could have helped him out. Now that we know why Mr. Rose got banned and why gambling is addiction, let's look at some of the stats that would get Pete Rose into a Hall of Fame, an absolute shoo-in, a walk-in. 4,256 hits. Only player to ever hit over 4,000 hits. A lot of sports analysts believe that this record is going to be unbreakable and never even come close to. 3,562. That's the most games ever played by anybody in baseball. In 23 seasons with 100 hits or more. In 23 consecutive seasons with 100 hits or more. That's unfathomable nowadays. 3,215 career singles. He is the hit king and always will be the hit king. A 44 game hit streak in the National League, which is the longest streak and hasn't been touched. Also, 3 times NL Batting League champion, 17-time All-Star, 3-time World Series champ, and also received Lou Gehrig Award, Roberto Clemente Award, and Major League Baseball All-Century Team. As you can see, those stats are unbelievable. In conclusion, Rose did break the rules, but should he not have a second chance? His stats are unbelievable, and the fact that he had a disease and he could have had some treatment. So let's get Pete into a hall. Let's get Charlie Hustle into the hall. Thank you, everyone, and have a good day.